Man, this is just like such a vibe. Just watching 90s icons floating around to this song. I feel like I'm back in my old house growing up, sitting by the giant CRT TV with whatever RPG I'm currently playing, just sitting at the menu. Used to just sit while I was like going through my Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever with an RPG up on the TV, just listening to the music. Those were the days. The statue is speaking directly into my mind. I am the sacred spirit. I own power. My powers are weakening. Take what I have left and use it against the demons. Saint rune. Another piece of the demon queen's heart has been released. There's only one left. Let's hurry to the town of Timney. We must reclaim the teardrop before they use it to wake their queen. The entire town is empty. Everyone just disappeared. The demons must have done this. All this just to get at the statue. Wait, so we're not even going to know what happened with the abductions? We don't even know like what the abduction thing was all about. It's a strength rune. Jack's gonna get it. Also, there's fights in the village. This means that all the stuff that was blocked off before I can get to now. I'm obviously supposed to go get the that thing that opens doors. But there's also like the chest that the dog was protecting, and there was one other thing I think. How's it going, Tofu? Let's see. Wasn't there something over here? Oh, there's that chest down there that woman was standing in front of. Another lucky card. What do you mean did they even take 2 seconds on that? That took me weeks to make. I've been preparing my whole life for that piece of art. All those days of filling in giant poster boards with markers. Wow, he was defending a bone? Now I just feel bad. ... question mark. Same. I mean, even the stores are gone? I can't buy all those weapons I wanted. everyone in the town saw my work on the smiley face and decided that they no longer wanted to live inside of a video game because I just defeated art. I just created the greatest piece of art of all time. So they don't want to live inside of a video game anymore. They don't want to live inside a... I can use the bone. They don't want to live inside of a piece of art because I created the ultimate art. So there's no need for any other piece of art. So they left. I wonder what the bone does in battle, but I don't want to use it in case it's a one-time use. What? Man, I really like this song. Yeah. It's kind of a drawn out puzzle for a regular item. Big crit. Ooh, Cecilia has 100 MP now. RPG hack. Get the entire village abducted by demons so that you can sleep for free. Okay, I think it's south east. I can hear the voice of pain, the voice of sadness. I can feel the screams of the human fools releasing me from these cursed chains. We are almost there. Filgaia is practically ours. I'm still concerned about the humans who contacted the Guardians. You screwed up again, not once, but twice. I think these humans are too much for you to handle. Why don't you let me take care of them? I'm sure I can accommodate them. Dang you. You wait. Stop it, Belselk. She's right, you know. The Eus and the humans have shown abnormal abilities when pushed into a corner. We cannot afford any mistakes until the revival of our photosphere and Lord Mother is completed. Not you too, Zeke. I'll show you. I'll show everyone what Belcel can do. I will bring the heads of those humans and line them up right here. Guardians or not, they are history. You have such a temper, my fellow Duke. Here, let me see what I can do. Do what you like. It's been 1,000 years since we came here. The loss of our home world, Hyades. We came to this planet to make it our home. Power rules all. This place will belong to us. Only then will we. That sound effect is so unnerving. It's like someone stepping on a lake of ice. Whoa, what is that thing? Well, I was going to use the bone after saving, but now that we watched that cutscene, I don't really want to use it and then have to redo the cutscene. So I guess I'll wait for the next save point. What's going on here? Welcome, what can I do for you? Huh. Just a little shop in the middle of nowhere. Man, what a cool effect. This land contains the lightning statue, which seals the evil heart. Hopefully it contains the grapple hook, too. Because you know we're getting one of those. Do not enter the desert. You will be eaten alive. I kind of want to enter the desert now. Surely. I won't actually be eaten alive, right? Not exactly. Not exactly eaten alive. Can I get something like stronger so I can test the bone out? These guys die too quick. Where's the Alaskan bullworm? Oh, that's better, I guess. No, don't poison. Alright, let's see what it does. I also have, I think, the Magus robe I haven't tried yet either. Have I tried the Dream Wand? A lot of stuff to try. Lucky Shot. Okay. Not sure what that does. It did not take the bone, though. Maybe it has like a chance to do big damage or something. Alright, what's going on in Port Timmy? This is Timney, a town of sailors and merchants. Well, I do need some merchants. Ever since the captain found that stone statue, our luck has run dry. Would you move, please, mister? Normal stuff. You need a ship to get around the inner sea area. I want one so bad. I've seen some very obvious beaches where you park a ship. In the desert to the west is the Maze of Death. Unsettled souls roam the ruin. I think I have 2 of these. Let's see. Recover senses. I wonder what that does. I still don't know what 50% attribute field does. I want to try this. Huh? Protect? Oh, it's magic resist. I was thinking it was magic power. So I wonder what the defense one is called, because, you know, this one makes it sound like it's the defense one, but it's the magic defense one. I could rename this to Shell to make it less confusing, but I kind of want to keep them their normal names. But, yeah. That's so cool, though. Like, that kind of shows you how nice this rename thing is. Like, I could rename this Shell, since it makes more sense. Nullify magic spell. Imprison enemy. Powerful blast. Spiritual attack random. Try this. Arm down. There's a ruin in the forest south of Timney. Captain Bartholomew is a nice man in spite of his strange antics. Can you help him out? He seems a little depressed. In this town, the Bartholomews and the Drakes are feuding. Every time I hear them, the reasons are ridiculous. The verbal feud between the captain and Drake has gone too far this time. The captain told Drake that he was going to use the crystal bud to propose to his beautiful girlfriend. Now he has to get the crystal bud. I don't know when he's going to get his hands on that. I can't believe the mess I've gotten myself into. If I don't stop drinking, it's going to get the better of me. The crystal bud is in the maze of death. I hear there are many monsters in that place. Who am I going to get to find the entrance in the desert to the west and retrieve the crystal bud? Drake's going to have a field day when he finds out. Ever since I found that guardian statue, weird things have been happening. The statue this drunken fool is talking about, could it be? The statue is here, I know it. We must get this crystal bud, then we may get a chance. A crystal bud? The captain needs one. Why not say like, hey, if we get this for you, give us the statue. Instead of just going and getting it and hoping it works. When I was a little girl, the ruin in the desert wasn't called the Maze of Death. In those days, dream chasers went there in search of the crystal bud. I'm old. Hello, I'm an NPC and I'm old. What happened? I thought I was going to die in there. Wait, this person in there? Ouch, what a drag. What are you doing? Aren't you a little old to be playing hide and seek? Yeah, no. Well, I was being reprimanded. Well, thanks for the help. I should thank you in some way. I wonder what he did. What? You're a pickpocket. We won't take dirty money. How PC? Who cares how I earn my living? Money is money. Fine, I'll go return it. You'll regret it. Don't look at me like that. I only steal from the rich. They're usually really dumb. Just distract them a little and they're defenseless. Even novices can learn how to pick a pocket. Just distract the target. Thus concludes my lesson on how to pick a pocket. Strange guy. He knows his trade, I suppose. Hey, handpan, let's give it a try. Are we reducing ourselves to stealing now? No. You're going to take a look inside the monster's pockets while I fight them. Might have to go inside their pockets. Who knows what they keep in there? If it works, we'll be like treasure hunters. We already are, remember? Ha ha ha, I'm rich. I party every day. Ha ha ha. There's no way. There's no way. There's actually no shot. This guy steals from this dude. And he's like, I only steal from the rich. And then this guy's like the most stereotypical rich guy ever. Ha ha ha, I'm rich. I party every day. That's insane. That is actually crazy. I can't figure it out. Captain Bartholomew doesn't have a normal sense of love. Last time we... Huh? You did what with Captain? What? Huh? In the town of St. Centaur, there was a magic key called the Duplicator. Oh yeah, there's one here too. Huh. Man, that is some amazing dialogue. Ha ha ha, I'm rich. I party every day. Boy, I love being rich. Boy, it would suck to be poor. Good thing I'm not poor. Good thing I'm rich. Hey, I'm an arms meister. Well, I don't have a lot of money. Yep, I'm the best. Okay, this guy has like the same stuff as the other shop. It's only 200, might as well. Aha, I am rich. I will never get over that. It looked like there was maybe a secret way to get this chest over here, but I don't know if there is. That house has like no entrance. Whoa, wait. Ah. Man, that's the key item too. At least I think. Maybe it's not a key item. Maybe it's actually for like extra chests. Maybe it's like those doors that say they're closed by magic. Maybe they just have like loot behind them. I'm gonna start saying that whenever I get a big gifted sub. Aha, I am rich. I party every day. Wait. I like how the camera zooms in here. Ah, I see. Ba, 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 ba. I have a feeling I shouldn't step in that ooze. What in the... Are those like little dolls with knives? That's kind of terrifying. Yeah, those are terrifying. Fitting to fight those in the Maze of Death. It was a Rachel, but with an extra A. Rachel. Alright. The enemy design in this game is wild. I honestly really like it. It's unlike any game I've played. I much prefer this over Wolves. I mean, this game does have its fair share of, like, stereotypical goblins, but honestly, not many. There's been, like, one or two enemies that are a stereotypical RPG enemy, and everything else has been wild. Oh, I didn't know I could fall down there. I mean, I feel like it's fitting. This game doesn't feel like the enemies would be wolves and ogres and stuff. You know, the whole story is that it's demons from space. So they should be weird. So I like it. Minion. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Did I steal anything? No? Wait, did I like fail it or something? I wonder if you have to do it a couple times before he does it right. Secret staircase. Whoa. Okay, now we're suddenly getting all sorts of different enemies. Buh. But they all make that noise. No matter how unique the enemies are, they all go buh. Okay, this is interesting. So I'm wondering if this just fails a couple times before it works, or if I have to like maybe have an enemy that actually has a steal. It's not costing me MP to try though. Steal from the doll. Wait. It is really wild that even confusion sticks. I kind of like the emphasis on needing to stock up on items because all the ailments stick and enemies actually use ailments quite a bit. This is a bit of a maze. I feel like in general, ailments aren't usually much of a problem in games. There it is. Trickster has been mastered. Yeah, it's not often that ailments cause like a huge problem. Usually they're just kind of a bit of an annoyance. What is this? What was the game we were talking about recently that confusion is like, oh, Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII confusion is like a mega problem, but not that many enemies actually do it. Oh, steal from that thing. Has nothing. He is the treasure. Oh, we gave 300 Gala. I think that was the gimmick. Yeah. I mean, it's a fine line. You don't want to make a game where ailments are just so constant and annoying that you can't even play. But it's also kind of refreshing to have them matter and have to kind of equip stuff to deal with it and stock up on items. And it's nice for repeat playthroughs too, because you can be like, oh, this is the poison area, and actually equip stuff for it and then not have to deal with it as much. Speaking of which, I'm going to put this back on because I'm not being poisoned much anymore. But it's always cool. Wow, this is crazy. 4 permabuff items? Don't mind if I do. Forget what I was saying. Oh, it's always nice when games give you, when you play through the game once, you have like this certain knowledge that makes things less annoying the second time through. You can optimize better. Oh, I don't need to buy 6 antidotes because I know the next area is a poison area and I can equip this poison accessory. Then I can save my money and get a better weapon earlier, and etc, etc. Just makes for a more replayable RPG. Yeah, ailments in 13, especially like post-game, if I remember correctly. They get pretty wild. To the point where you have like busted accessories, but you have to unequip them for a ailment accessory because otherwise you just can't play the game. Final Fantasy XII ailments aren't that big of a deal, but buffs are massive. Post-game is unplayable without buffs. Like, you have to buff. Half of the fights are just buffing. It's like World of Warcraft raid style of gameplay, where you're spending most of the time buffing. Which is perfectly fine, because that's what 12 was going for. That was like the whole idea behind 12 was they wanted it to feel like a MMO raid, but you're doing it on your own. It does that very well. I should go this way. Yeah, it does it very well. Oh man, disease. Disease is such a wild ailment. It does for sure. I just don't remember it like being a huge, because I think the thing with 12 is that you can set up your gambits to have your characters auto heal. So although they do use them a lot, your characters automatically get rid of them. And you get the spells to get rid of ailments pretty early, so you don't have to like use items. So yeah, they just don't feel like it's much of a problem. Like, they do exist and they are strong, but it's not like here where, you know, I have 3 holy symbols. If things start giving me bad omen and I run out of these, I have to like leave because otherwise I'm gonna be stuck with it because it sticks past battle. Like, I'm gonna have to leave the entire dungeon and go buy more items if I run out, which just isn't really a thing in most modern RPGs. You usually just have a spell, or the items are kind of laying all over the place, or the ailment just goes away after battle. Whoa. I have an idea. What if I hit him with this? And then this. Hopefully I don't miss. Or get confused. Alright, we're cooked. Wait. Oh, I should have gotten rid of my confusion. Lowered 50%. Wow. Well, Rudy still attacked, but it wasn't the right attack. Alright, Jack, you gotta do it for us. Bloop. I wanted to let Rudy have his time in the spotlight, but he got confused. I will say, the enemies drop the items you need pretty often, so... I don't know if you're really gonna run out, but... Well, it's a lot of it is the whole aspect of dungeon crawling kind of doesn't exist anymore. I've talked about this a lot with like Final Fantasy 1, but a lot of these old RPGs were built around the idea of making Dungeons and Dragons a game, a video game. So like the idea, and I don't know that much about Dungeons and Dragons, but the idea behind Dungeons and Dragons is very similar to like a real, well, I say real, but they're not real, a real party of heroes going into a dungeon and trying to like go on a quest and survive. So there's a lot of like survival aspects to it. It's, do you prepare enough? Do you do the research into what you're going to be fighting? Take the right spells, take the right equipment, take the right items, so you can do the quest and get out alive, right? That's like the main, maybe not the main focus of Dungeons and Dragons, but in terms of the mechanics, that's how it works, right? So when they made like Final Fantasy 1 and a lot of these other early RPGs, the idea was more of a survival aspect of, do you have the right amount of items? But in modern gaming, they try to remove any sense of like frustration with that. So like, and this goes even not for just RPGs, but pretty much every video game, it's a lot less punishing and it's more of a challenge in the moment, but it's not as punishing. So when it comes to action games, you get a lot more checkpoints and autosaves. When it comes to RPGs, you get the exact items you need, or ailments fall off after battle, or save points give you full health when you touch them, that kind of thing. I mean, there's all sorts of examples you could bring up. The fact that in the old RPGs, you have to rest at an inn to get your health back, whereas in new ones, you just touch the save point. Item drops, ailments falling off, autosaves, retries from game overs. You know, in a lot of these old games, if you die, you just load a save, versus newer games, you have autosaves or retries. I mean, there's a million different examples, but it all boils down to modern gaming is all about being hard but fair, whereas old gaming was more about being like, you have a certain distance you have to go before you get to a safe point, and you need to prepare for that long distance. And some games still do that, but for the most part, that's kind of missing in modern games, for better or for worse. There's plenty of examples where that's actually a really nice thing. As much as I love to play these old RPGs and have a punishment type thing involved, I also don't particularly enjoy it when I spend 45 minutes going through an area in Silk Song and then lose to a boss in 3 seconds and have to go through that entire 45 minutes again. Like, that's not, you know, I'm not gonna lie to everyone and be like, oh, I love doing the same areas over and over again because I didn't read a boss the first time. Like, am I gonna complain about it more than maybe someone who plays more modern games all the time? Maybe not, but it's still not exactly fun. So it's a balance. What's this bell? Ooh, it's a nullify. Ooh, nullify confusion. That's actually sick. I kind of don't want to equip it because I want to just use it as an item. And, you know, I don't think anyone out here is like, man, I wish Elden Ring had more super long areas with enemies I've already beaten 1,000 times before the bosses. You know? Oh, I hate how Elden Ring puts the checkpoints right before the bosses. I wish there was like a huge long area I had to run through before. Like, no. So, it's a balance. Even though I love these old RPGs that put more attention to preparation, I tend to enjoy quick, bite-sized, difficult type deals more than punishing ones in general. You know, I enjoy, like, for example, Hollow Knight. I liked Hollow Knight as the standard game, going through areas and fighting bosses, and if you lose to the boss, you have to kind of replay a little area, and you know, like the typical Metroidvania style gameplay. But where Hollow Knight really hit its peak for me was Godhome, and fighting bosses over and over without any gameplay in between, and being able to like truly master them because you can play them back to back. Like, that's what I enjoyed the most. So I'd be a fool to say, oh, if a game doesn't have some kind of long punishing area where you have to play the same thing over and over again, then it's like not a real video. You know, it's not difficult enough, or it's not my video game. Like, no, there's plenty of times where that's better. But it's all about context, you know. And I think a lot of these old RPGs give off the vibe of, I'm playing D&D with my friends, but I'm not with my friends. And so having a dungeon where you have to prepare for it, and if you don't, you have to go back and try again, it fits.